On this episode, we will talk about hiatal hernias. Yes, we'll talk about 1, how are these hernias repaired? 2, what type of complications the surgery might have, and we'll talk about the recovery. Is it the same? Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com and welcome to episode 203 of the AskDrA show. And on this episode, I picked the hiatal hernia questions, so that way we have an episode of the AskDrA show addressing hiatal hernias. And if you want me to answer your questions, you're more than welcome to send them my way using the hashtag AskDrA throughout social media, and I'll be here to answer them for you. And if you're interested in weight loss surgery or a gastric sleeve surgery, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any future videos. Let's get into the show. All right, so the first question is, how are these hernias repaired? And even though we've done a lot of videos in the past, we have diagrams in the videos, we have live surgeries in the videos, and we teach you how it really is done. In simple words, a hiatal hernia is a gap between your thorax and your abdomen. And there's a gap there where the upper part of the stomach, the fundus or the upper part of the GE junction is sliding into your thorax. So the upper part of your stomach is sliding into your thorax. And the vast majority of the patients don't know they have this. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that sometimes I come out from surgery and tell my audience, well, this patient did not know about the hernia, or there's some that might, but vast majority, 3 out of 10 patients that we go in for surgery, we would likely find a hiatal hernia. And what do? We fix them, and that's what the episode is for. So for you to understand that it's a sleeve, yes, but we also fix the hiatal hernia defect, or we repair the hernia. And so we go in, the patients don't know about this. Normally, 80% of the patients have symptoms, and these symptoms are normally heartburn, indigestion, GERD, and these symptoms, patients are taking over-the-counter medication and omeprazole and Nexium and Tums like candy. And we go in, and sure enough, we find that this hernia, this defect, that is, again, the gap between the thorax and the abdomen, and you see the stomach sliding up or into the thorax. So we pull everything back into place, we free everything, all the adhesions in the upper part of the gastroesophageal junction, or the GE junction, where the esophagus meets the stomach. And we free this area, we're left with a gap, we calibrate the gap, and we close this gap with non-absorbable sutures, so that way it stays calibrated. All right, so the second question is talking about complications, what type of complications this procedure might have. Now remember, you're going to be getting your gastric sleeve. Gastric sleeve has its own complications, but then again, the hiatal hernia, being a different surgery, has its own complications. And we work with a lot of structures nearby, the esophagus, the upper part of the stomach, and then we're very close to the lungs, very close to the heart. So of course, the surgery has its own complications. That's why I always insist on the videos, you look for a master surgeon, somebody that knows what he or she is doing, and somebody that does this every single day. And the third question was the recovery of the hernia with the sleeve versus a regular sleeve. Is it different? Is it the same? It's pretty much the same. Patients complain more actually about the hernia repair than the sleeve itself. And patients complain more about upper shoulder discomfort the first 24 hours after surgery, or some pressure in this area right here in the chest that goes toward the back. Other than that, the following morning with the medications, it is exactly the same recovery as a regular sleeve. Patients go back to work as usual. Nothing differs after that. All right, so there you have it. That is it for episode 203. We could have named it the hiatal hernia repair episode. And but please send me your questions using the hashtag AskDrA throughout social media. That way my team can grab those questions, add them here to the queue for you, and I'll be more than happy to be here and answer them. If this episode was useful, please leave me one of these because it's extremely helpful, and support the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. All right. So I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com, where we are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless.